stab your son, hold a baby hostage, and get slapped by Galadriel. Yep, the Squid Game finale is here. And, once again, I butcher more Korean words than a white girl trying to sing BTS. There's a ton to dive into, from Gwan's final sacrifice, where all that cash ended up, and the surprise cameo from Cate Blanchett, which might just set up a brand new spin-off being developed by none other than David Fincher. Just putting that out there. This isn't just a recap. This is a deep dive into the biggest questions and wildest theories about Squid Game Season 3. Before we begin, I'm giving you the green light. Smash that like button and subscribe. I'm just 45 billion one away from moving out of my parents' basement. Now, if you're like me, you definitely didn't expect to see Cate Blanchett pop up on your Squid Game bingo card. She's listed only as a special appearance in the credits. Her character gives off major recruiter vibes, just like the men in suits who roamed Korea in Season 1. But there's more to her appearance. Her suit, the briefcase, and even the game of dachi she plays suggest she's part of the larger international Squid Game operation. Remember how the VIPs said Korea had the best games? That means there are tournaments in other countries too. The contest in Korea was the best. So it makes sense Kate's character is shown recruiting a homeless man, someone with nothing left to lose. That's always been the game's MO, targeting people at rock bottom. Creator Hwang Dong-hyuk has said this story arc is over, but rumors are swirling that an American spin-off is in the works, directed by David Fincher. This wouldn't be a remake, but a whole new story in the same universe. The fact that Cate is involved suggests she could lead Fincher's series. After all, the two worked together before in The Curious Case of Benjamin Button. There's also that long, silent look she shares with Inho. It's like they've met before. Maybe he's been promoted, running Squid Games across the globe. He's clearly still connected, even after the Korean facility went up in flames. He delivers Gwan's daughter's inheritance, money retrieved from the Pink Motel, and rides off in a Squid Game car. Even the gift box is in those signature black and pink colors. Ironically, his bloodied jumpsuit is stored in the same color box used for the coffins. Of course, Gwan himself wouldn't have ended up in a coffin. His body was likely destroyed in the explosion. Gwan's story ends in a final standoff with Lee Yong-gi, a.k.a. Player 3333. He used to run a crypto YouTube channel called MG Coin, probably already exposed by CoffeeZilla. The final game puts Gwan, Manji, and, yes, a baby as the last three contestants. One of them must die for the game to end. Sure, Gwan and Manji could just yeet the baby off the ledge and split the prize. But that would make them absolute monsters, and there's more going on here than greed. See, Gwan promised the baby's mom, Jan Hee, he'd protect her child before she died during the jump rope challenge. The baby reminds him of his own daughter. Manji, on the other hand, is the baby's actual father. You'd think he'd do anything to save his child, but he ends up threatening to throw the kid off himself. According to the show's creator, Manji represents how society puts money and self-interest above even family. Gwan is his opposite, a symbol of selflessness. He's willing to die for something bigger than himself. His final line, "We are not horses, we are humans." He falls backward, never finishing the sentence. It's a metaphor. The VIPs treat players like racehorses, betting on them for sport. Fitting, since Gwan's debt in Season 1 came from betting on horse races. The episode is titled, Humans Are. leaving it up to the viewer to decide what people really are: selfish like Manji or selfless like Guan. In the end, Manji attacks Guan, but dies before the start button is pressed. That's important. Only after the button is pushed does a death count for the game's rules. So now, it's just Guan and the baby left. One must die. Guan sacrifices himself so the child can live. This shows how far he's come. In Season 1, he believed money could solve everything. Now, he's ready to give up his life for something truly meaningful. This act stands in direct contrast to Hwang In-ho, the front man. In-ho won the 2015 games and then came back to help run them. He's a man who lost everything: his wife, his humanity. He killed to win and never really came back from it. The games gave him a reason to keep going, a twisted sense of purpose. I think he returned to test others, to justify what he did in the past, especially Guan. In-ho wanted to prove that everyone, deep down, would make the same selfish choices, but Guan didn't. And that probably shook him to his core. In-ho's actions at the end, making sure Guan's daughter, the baby, and his brother are all taken care of, show a subtle redemption arc. Maybe he still feels trapped, like the games are his penance for everything he's done. Speaking of his brother, Detective Hwang Jun-ho, he's left with the baby and a cool 45.6 billion won, about $33.5 million USD. It's implied he'll raise the child and live a quiet life. His arc seems complete, but maybe he's still searching for answers about his brother. Then there's Kang No, the ex-amusement park worker turned guard. Her story is heartbreaking. A North Korean soldier who killed her superior and fled south, leaving her baby behind. She's been saving money to reunite with her child. She finds a photo labeled "Husband Executed, Daughter Dead." This nearly drives her to end it all until she witnesses Guan's sacrifice. 6 months later, she gets a call. Her daughter might still be alive in Yanjing, China. The last we see of her, she's full of hope, heading off to find her child. We also get a heartwarming moment when Kang Sei's younger brother reunites with their mother. You'll remember Kang Se was one of the final players in Season 1. She had joined the game to earn money to find her mother, a fellow defector. After her death, Guan took it upon himself to finish her mission, and now we see that fulfilled. Even side characters like Cho Wook and Kim Moo-dong get satisfying send-offs. They renovate the Pink Motel, becoming owner and manager, respectively. So, while Squid Game may have reached its end, this feels more like the beginning, especially if Fincher is involved. A global spin-off could take us in some wild directions. Now it's your turn. What did you think of Season 3? Got any wild theories or thoughts? Drop them in the comments.